Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing well. Following on from my initial Hotfix demo flight last night over Barcelona, I've been doing some more flying. And the intention of this video is to share with you what I'm finding in my sim and how it might help you find similarities with your own system. So here we are in the TBM. I did try running it with the improvement mod, but it didn't work, so I guess that'll be updated soon. I've got the FPS counter there for your information. Please do remember that's not that important in VR, it's more about how it feels and how it looks. I've been getting mixed results in terms of how it runs. Personally, I'm not getting any crash of desktops. However, there are some other issues which I'll go through now, so I'll just get straight to the point. And we'll start with some positives. So here you can see we're flying low, and I've done this on purpose so you can really try and see the smoothness here. So the best thing about the performance here is how responsive everything is. Another positive is I did not see any trees loading in, and everything seemed like it was before the hotfix. So performance-wise, everything looks good. But then I started noticing the clouds looked too bleached, and they lacked depth. It's like they lost some of their tone. And the more I fly, the more I notice this. So there's definitely something going on with the clouds, for sure. It's almost like a couple of layers of tones missing, and it just doesn't have that depth as it used to have. Also, the general contrast of things looks too strong. But during this flight, that's pretty much all I noticed. I've been having some great discussions with my mate Maya, who's really knowledgeable with this stuff, so we compare a lot of notes, and we are finding some similar problems. Also, a lot of people have left comments on the videos, which I'm still going through, and I really do appreciate your feedback. On my channel, I tend to focus on performance and graphics, especially in VR, but I will be doing some more 2D content as well. So as we're all aware, there are other problems going on at the moment. For example, people are seeing high temperatures which cause altitude miscalculations and poor fuel burning since the hotfix came out. So it's not just graphics and performance, it's in-game stuff as well, but I won't go through all that now, I just want to focus on the VR experience. So overall, this flight felt very good in terms of performance, apart from the colours and the clouds at this point. I do have to add that I'm finding the in-game menus less clear than they were before the hotfix. For my next flight, I decided to come back to Singapore just because I was trying it out after Update 5 was released. Again, excellent quality here, similar kind of performance as I got in Chile just a minute ago. Very smooth. I'm flying ridiculously close to the buildings, so you can see the clarity and the smoothness. It does look pretty much like this in terms of smoothness in the VR set. However, there's more to the story than that. Now let's go through what's been degraded following the hotfix. I'm noticing really obvious shimmers coming from the buildings. You can see the building on the right, you see the skyscrapers, you can see the shimmer there on the grid. That's really off-putting. It reminds me of back in January when I used to get that kind of thing happening in the Quest 2. So I don't know what happened there. It seems like we've been put back to that point now. Because a lot of the things I'm noticing, again I'm going to reference it, are like I was experiencing in the Quest 2. On a 2060 Super with a Ryzen 5, but now I'm on a Reverb G2 running a 3080 and it's July. So I don't get that. And I got to say that 2060 ran it fine once the Quest was updated. I'm noticing the colours are generally too washed out here again. And the houses and the buildings just lack detail. They lack that depth again, just like the clouds do. I still think the water looks really good as well as the reflections. Here you can see an external view of the new landing animations. Looks pretty cool. So on this next short clip I want you to focus on the FPS counter because I want to show you what happens as the performance just drops out. I've got no idea why it does this. And now you see the frames drop. And it's completely stuttering in the headset at this point. Much worse than you see on the screen. And the only way to fix that was to quit the flight and restart the headset. But I chose to restart the PC. So all of this got me thinking maybe it's because I'm online that this is happening. And then I thought maybe it was the Orbix add-on that was the problem. But I removed it and tried it again and it was the same result. So next I thought I'd show you my data settings and try an experiment. Up until today I couldn't fly in London. Every time I tried to get into it, it would freeze on the load screen and it would just crash out, so I just wouldn't bother. But you can see I've got everything switched on, got unlimited data bandwidth use, rolling cache is switched on and it's just been deleted, so everything's clean. So I tried to load into London this morning and it did work, and I'll show you what happened. So this is with online data off. So I'm just selecting the Heathrow and I'm showing you that the online data's off. I gotta say the menu does run much better. What I did next was speed up the load window so you don't have to watch it. But I wanted to compare the load times with data on and data off to see if this was linked to the loss in performance. So here you can see it's a 50-second load time and I've sped it up. I wish it did load that fast. And here I am turning the online data back on. And I try exactly the same thing again with the Heathrow departure. And here we have 55-second load time. So there's really not much difference at all. So after doing this, I'm left unsure whether it's a server problem or not. Which brings us to our last flight in London, which I'm happy to say that I could fly in now. But immediately I noticed the quality of the graphics is not as good. Don't get me wrong, it's still good, but it's not as good as it was, especially immediately after Update 5. I don't know if you can see it, but there's buildings are popping in. There's that shimmering effect. This is probably the worst I've seen in graphics so far. Again, it reminds me of the early days of VR back in January. I also noticed that the name tags are huge. I don't usually have them on because I find it really distracting, but I've got them on there, you can see. So these are the major things I'm running into. Basically the LOD, the shimmering, the washed out colours, the drop in performance in random areas, and the horizons just don't look as good either. I don't really understand why these things have been happening after the fix, but it's a real shame. But guys, I want to stay positive. This sim has only been around for 1 year. It's a baby. They already told us it's a 10-year project, and trust me, I know it's really frustrating, especially because we were so excited about the upgrades. I know it's easy to get stressed out by it all, but it's still a good simulator. It's still fun. I'm still having fun flying around, and we know they're going to work on it again, and it'll be fine soon enough. So I think we just need to be patient and positive, and let's just enjoy the sim for what it is. It's still an amazing achievement that they've done, and I have a lot of respect for the developers, and I trust they'll fix the issues soon. I can't help but think it must be linked to the Xbox release, and maybe everything's overloaded, resources are put in different places, I'm not really sure. But I'm still really keen on hearing what you guys are experiencing, and maybe we can find a lot of similarities with problems we're facing, and then that will help the developers figure out what's next. But please let us know in the comments what you guys are running into. I think the more we share ideas, the more we give each other feedback, and then at least we can make the best of what we've got until it's optimized further. But I'm fine flying like this. I'm still enjoying it, I'm still loving it, and I hope you guys are too. Please remember to smash that like button if you enjoyed the content. I hope sharing my experiences and showing you these demos helps you somehow, and I have no doubt in my mind that the developers are going to sort this out. Just to let you know that I won't be releasing much content over the next couple of days. I'm going to spend some time getting back to you guys and doing some more research and demos, as well as spending a couple of days down at the beach. Anyway guys, as always, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, thanks for liking, and as always guys, take care and stay safe.